All right, on today's Buying Gold Coast episode, as mentioned, we're going to unpack two of my favorite suburbs, two hotspot suburbs that are so renowned of the Gold Coast. When you think of the Gold Coast, obviously Broadie's always thought of. So Broadie's the cool word, we call it for Broadbeach, and Mermaid's a great spot too, so Mermaid Waters and surrounds. So we're literally just going to quickly unpack some big projects that are happening, what this means for the coast, and how I guess you can use that to your advantage if you're maybe a buyer on the Gold Coast moving forward. So number one is it's amazing. So there's in the pipeline right now, there's a $2.5 billion, that's billion with a B, $2.5 billion project about to embark next to Pack Fair in the Broadbeach section through the great company, I think it's Landmark, they're called. It's basically going to be this huge retail precinct. You know, you need to check it out. Channel 9 also reported on. I'm sure you can find it online. I've done some commentary around it too. The reason I'm highlighting it, I just believe projects like that can shift whole markets within a city and on a micro factor within a suburb. So on a suburb level around that sort of Broadie Mermaid area, let's talk on Broadbeach in particular. So obviously you've got the light rail. That's always been a key driver to transport there. It's obviously a tourism hotspot. You know, the redevelopment of Kurrawa Surf Club has been huge. There's been huge infrastructure growth around in terms of residential occupancies with new buildings and the refurbishment of some of these old boutique blocks. They're getting knocked over and being built up. One in particular, everyone knows or has heard of Greya. They've obviously got one of their biggest projects coming in the future, and they've selected that in the Broadbeach Mermaid section as well. And obviously I could name at least 5 to 10 groundbreaking buildings that are coming literally out of the dirt as we speak across that sort of beachfront near Kurrawa, heading a little bit north, and then to the south, heading closer to Hedges and Mermaid and whatnot. So heaps happening, basically heaps happening. Even along Peerless Ave in Mermaid, you'll drive there. There's so much happening at the moment. But this Landmark sort of retail precinct, what that's going to do for this city, number one, it's confidence. It's confidence to the Gold Coast. Where money moves, you know, some of these big developers and big companies, they don't put money where they don't think there's going to be confidence and growth. So when you're talking in the billions and there's going to be money injected into projects, into a city, you can well and truly have confidence that if you're a part of that, I guess, ecosystem in that area, you're looking at growth in all areas. You're not only looking at obviously price growth because, you know, houses are going to become more demand because there's going to be more people going to these sorts of facilities. Another one is also migration growth. So the more popularity and eyeballs we have on the Gold Coast throughout the next few years is only positive because it just puts us on the map as a bigger city. A lot of people do know us, obviously, in Queensland and Australia, but you know, we're starting to break global status. Like I have worked numerous times, and our team have worked numerous times with clients based in the UK, US, the UAE. We've had clients in Singapore, literally all over the globe, and they're saying, "Hey, I'm hearing Gold Coast is a place we want to reside. You know, potentially pack up and leave and shift over there, or just have a holiday home and use it for leisurely activities." So it's getting a lot of attention. Another one is when there's a $2.5 billion project thrust into a suburb, it also brings employment growth. So you got to remember who's going to be working on a project that size. Obviously, it's going to need workers. A lot of those workers need places to live. Where do these people live? Unfortunately, there isn't many available, so they're going to have to find rentals. That's going to push up rental prices. So again, as an investor, if you've been looking potentially in those Broadbeach Mermaid pockets, there's an opportunity right now that you may be able to sneak into a good investment, and just know there's going to be a huge infrastructure boom coming in the next short to medium term. So that's always something to look at as an investor. Well, can you capitalize and get in the market now to avoid being priced out later? You're better off getting in now. The project starts, there's going to be more eyeballs, more people moving, all the employment's coming in. They're going to need places to go. You want your rental being fought over from a lot of people. I've got some key stats here. So another big one too with this $2.5 billion development. It's going to include like things like luxury hotels, residential hotels and towers, and entertainment precincts. So another thing why they're good, at the end of the day, the Gold Coast has always been like a tourism hub. So when people holiday here, if there's things to do, places to see, places to eat, all of that brings a nice community feel, and it really generates and boosts the economy locally. So you got to remember all of these people who have taken a punt and opened a restaurant. They've taken a punt and opened, a store or an amusement or something for tourism in that area of Broadbeach and Mermaid. We want them to benefit. We want them to succeed because they boost our local economy. More spending in our sections of the Gold Coast is only positive. So when you're talking of $2.5 billion projects, obviously there's going to be more things to choose from and things like that, which is going to bring more people who have got money to spend, boost our economy, and it's a nice fluid ecosystem around. So that's a huge one. And the last one is luxury tourism boom as well. That was one of my key notes I had here. With international arrivals climbing past COVID rates, so post-COVID, we had a lot of people arriving. We're actually climbing above that now. So that's amazing to see that COVID wasn't just this short little bubble of people trying to escape and come to the Gold Coast. People actually moving here and seeing a potential future here as well. So our luxury kind of holidaying market, I said it on a few weeks ago that we are becoming one of the most expensive destinations to holiday in. But what we're finding now, the luxury holiday makers around the world are coming here. We need to cater to them. So things like this $2.5 billion project is going to cater to people who have maybe a healthier budget when it comes to their holidays. So something that has changed a lot on the Gold Coast, which is only, again, going to boost the local infrastructure. So some final stats as I finish. The visitor spend. This is a good one. Last year, visitors to the Gold Coast injected around $6 billion into the local economy. This new development that's coming, as I said, around the Mermaid Broadbeach sector, that's now going to capture international spend into our city. So again, do not underestimate how important spending is for our city and the economic growth of it over the long term. And as I said, the stat here, we're talking 10,000 plus construction jobs being created. 10,000 plus jobs being created. Again, key thing as an investor, if you can get in now, where are all these construction workers going to rent? Not all of them will be looking to buy. Some of them will be needing to rent. So remember, the key is in the supply and demand metrics. Understanding that will allow you to win over the long term if you're looking to buy on the Gold Coast. So why this matters, to wrap it up, number one, these are the key big three that I had. Global positioning, number one, putting that Mermaid Broadbeach sector on the map. Number two is the property market impact. Increased demand around the Mermaid Broadbeach precinct is only going to boost sales prices and rental prices with the amount of impact and attention it's having. And the last one is lifestyle uplift. At the end of the day, new developments, we're going to have shiny new stores, we're going to have shiny new cafes and restaurants. Who doesn't want to be a part of that, and who doesn't want to go to those sorts of places? So again, all of this, I guess, spend, all of this investment, if it improves lifestyle, one thing I'm noticing, people pay to live in great lifestyle locations. More than ever, I've figured out that the price you put on a, more desirable lifestyle, you can't actually put a price on it. So again, all of these factors are going to play a huge part in the growth of that section of the Gold Coast. So hopefully I just gave you a bit of a little sprinkle of what's to come. Again, I've really been keeping a close eye on that Broadbeach Mermaid pocket. Broadbeach in particular, a lot of people have always thought of, Pack Fair was such a big development, but now what we're seeing is Pack Fair is going to be surrounded by a real precinct, you know, the Star and the Darling and what's around it. It's just going to go from strength to strength to strength. So now could be a really good opportunity to potentially secure a block in there, a property that's ripe for renovation, because I'm sensing there could be growth over the short to medium term. So hopefully this episode has added value to you. If you're in the Broadbeach Mermaid section already, leave me a comment or send me a message on Insta, DM me. What's your thoughts on the projected growth of this area? Are you scared by it? Are you going to move out of the area because of the boom it's going to have? Or are you willing to stay in there and you're going to lap up the new lifestyle amenities? So keen to hear your thoughts. As always, if you found any value, share this with a friend. It helps the show immensely. And until next time, I'll see you on Buying Gold Coast.